was sitting here this morning, waking up and shedding a couple tears, and thought I'd share a message about grief and how it's impacted me in my life. And grief comes and goes. We don't know when it's going to hit. It's those mementos, it's those memories, it's the places we've been. It's the fact that we'll never see them again. It's the regret of, what if I would have done things differently? It's a guilt of feeling like we could have done things different. If only I had done things differently. If only I could have said, I love you one more time. Or worse, I'm sorry. It's that feeling that we've lost control. It's the feeling of the unknown. It's the loss of future hopes and memories, future holidays, things that we now won't get to experience. For me, grief has taken many forms. What I found is it impacts me the most when I grieve somebody who's still alive. It's those holidays and birthdays that come and go with no phone call, no cards, no interaction, love, mutual meals together, laughing. It's those unanswered questions, wondering if they got your call, if they got your text message, if they got your card, if they got your gift, or if they've moved and have a different address. Grieving someone alive is difficult because you don't know if you'll ever see them again. You don't know if they're okay. You have love inside that's unreciprocated, just there to give into the air and to hope that they receive it somehow. To hope that your prayers are answered, but might come back void. I'm Sara, and I'm a midlife woman. In my midlife, I'm 50 years old, and I've come a long way, but I still cry, and I still wonder, and I still hope that my future will be different than things that have happened in my past. You see, we all have our own ways of dealing with death, and for me, I don't understand, because you would think that family would want to be closer and be there for each other, but that's not the case for me. And for me, I've had to learn to surrender to that. And not only that, I've been through 2 divorces, and although when my children were young and my husband and I had separated and gotten a divorce, my children were very young. And they would leave and go to his house on holidays, and we had shared custody, and And when the times that they would leave, I always had this hope in my heart that it would be different when they're grown up, that we wouldn't have to be alone or apart on holidays and birthdays, and that I'd be able to have that time with them. And it's just not that way. And sometimes things just don't turn out the way we hope and dream and envision them, but it's our job to be able to learn to cope and to surrender. And I'm so blown away that I've been able to find doctors and chiropractors and tools and resources like art and journaling to help me process grief. And even though I'm kind of tearful right now, it doesn't mean that I always am, because the funny thing about grief is once you learn to be able to process it, and once you learn to control it and to put it into perspective, then you can finally move on with your life. And although grief comes and goes, once we're able to learn how to do those things, then it doesn't make us feel stuck, like we can't move forward. And I'm coming on here for a couple reasons. One is to share that you're not alone, that we all grieve. Grief is a part of life. It's a process. We get angry. Maybe we deny what's happened. We grow through a state of depression, and then acceptance, and then hopefully move on. But sometimes that grief process can be altered, especially when we have times where we've had a lot of loss at one time. And that's when sometimes you might need a little extra help. You might feel overwhelmed. You might not know where to begin. And that's why I'm coming on here also, is to share that if you do feel stuck, if you need a little extra help, I came up with a process using art and journaling and learning how to express that grief. And I just want to extend an invitation to anyone who might be struggling with grief right now. Maybe you've been stuck in that grief process and you feel guilty for being happy, that you might feel it's selfish and you need a little extra help to gain control of your life back, or to even to dream. And if I'm talking to you, if that's you, if you feel called, this message found you somehow, and you've been stuck, please comment grief support below, and I'll reach out to you within the next 24 to 72 hours.